In this video, I'll look at modeling molecules using spheres. So far I've got two atoms here. I've added an oxygen atom to my hydrogen from the previous video. What we can see is that this gets very complex very quickly. Even oxygen, with simply 8 electrons plus the nucleus, gets very confusing when we start to see all of the paths that the electrons are on. Right now we can only see 7 of my electrons as well, because one of them is overlapping the other. Right here, I actually have 2 electrons overlapping. What we can do if we need to change an animation in 3ds Max is to select the keys down here on the timeline. And I've got a range bar available that I can click and drag on and offset that animation. I'll offset it by 15 frames, and now I've got those electrons at opposite ends. When I scrub the time slider back and forth, we can see half of them move, and there's the other half. There's 6 on the outside and 2 on the inside. I'll go to the mini curve editor and select all of my oxygen electrons. With all the electrons selected, I can pick all of their keys and set the out of range type, choosing Edit, Controller, Out of Range Types, and Loop. And now I'll have looping offset electrons in my oxygen atom. When I play this or scrub forward, we can see that they cycle around, and I can randomize this further if I need. Now I'm going to make some molecules based on these. These are neat, but after a while we get so many going on that it becomes difficult to see really what's happening. I'll pan over and hold Control and right-click and choose Sphere to make a new molecule. This will be a hydrogen molecule on its own. Without showing the nucleus and the electron, this will simply be the volume of the molecule. I'll click on the modifier panel and set the radius of this to 1. I'll name this hydrogen 001 in case I make more of them, and right-click to stop creating. Now I'll click on the Create tab again and choose Cylinder. I'm going to make the bonds between this atom, allowing it to bond to something else. I'll click and drag to create a cylinder. I'll give this cylinder a radius of 0.25 and a height of 1. I'll click on the modifier panel. In 3ds Max, we create, then we modify. I'm going to right-click on the spinner next to height segments to zero that out, or put in the default value of 1 to reduce the geometry. Now I'll get this piece aligned. I'll click on the Align tool and click on my sphere. I'll align it on the centers again and click OK. It's there, but we can't see it. If I press F3 to switch to a wireframe, we can see that bond. I'll take this element and pull it forward. This will be one atom, and pressing F3 to go back to a shaded view shows me that one hydrogen atom. Now I need to attach these together. I'll select this hydrogen atom sphere, right-click, and convert it to an editable poly. Then I'll right-click and choose Attach, and attach the cylinder to it. Now, for example, when I want to make a hydrogen molecule, 2 atoms of hydrogen bonded together, I can take this one hydrogen atom, hold Shift, drag it on the Y-axis to clone it, and clone as an instance, so if I change one, they both change. Notice it gets the name Hydrogen 002. I'll click OK, and then press E to rotate. I'll rotate this around. I've also pressed A for angle snap, or we can use the toggle up here on the main toolbar. And I'm going to rotate this around an even 180 degrees. Now I can move or align them together and show my hydrogen molecule. If we need more, we can simply add more spheres. In the next video, I'll take water molecules, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, and show them together, and then make them disperse as a gas using a particle system.